Hello. So, I'm pretty new to CAD. I've been learning for about a week now, and within that week, I modeled a really basic West Coast drive. So, West Coast drive, I'll push it up real quick, is basically the kitbot, but lighter and better and more efficient. You have 3 wheels cantilevered on each side, the center wheel dropped slightly so that you have more traction, yet with the benefit of 6 wheels. I'll explain that a bit more later. And yeah, it's pretty easy to model. It takes you about an hour at most if you're like going really fast and not explaining everything. But the last one I made was way too big, so I'm gonna recreate it and I'm gonna film the process so that hopefully any newbies on the team who want to do design can look at how I actually went about doing it, and maybe they can draw inspiration from this. So there we go. Yeah. A little in the water. So okay. Okay. Alright, so the allowed frame size is 28 by 33, and essentially these little rectangle blocks represent Versa frame stock. So I'll search that up real quick. Essentially, they're just pre-drilled aluminum tubes, but VexPro created a whole system that allows these parts to work together really well. So they have like gussets of various degrees. They have like bearing blocks for drive chains made with these. But the thing is, they're pretty expensive. The one that we're gonna use for this drive chain is like $34, $35 for 59 inches. Where Selene is high, we can't afford that, so probably gonna end up buying regular aluminum tubing and just milling them out at either Mr. Evans' workshop or maybe somebody from the Monterey teams can help us out because I can talk to them real easy. Yeah. Last time these were like 3.5 inches away, but I might have just made the wheels too thick. I don't know. Yeah, that's good. That's just a rough sketch though, I'm not actually gonna keep working on the same thing. Okay. I am gonna make my first Versa block part. The biggest piece I had was like 31 inches, I believe. Yeah. One. There we go. Then a sketch. Yeah, extrude this boy 2 inches. Thickness of 0.1. Right, extrude this lad all the way through. There we go. Then pattern in some holes. I don't like using the hole tool because I'm a pleb. I think are the holes. Oh yeah, usually on these robotics parts suppliers, they'll have drawings of their parts so that you can recreate them in CAD if you want to. You can just download the CAD files, but that's not, they're step files, they're not really optimized for Inventor. I mean, you could work with them, but like it's easier to just make them yourself. Just in this case, like we're gonna be downloading parts off of Vex Pro, the especially complex ones like Coulson's or gearboxes or clamping shafts. But for stuff like this, which is literally just a quick extrude with a bunch of pattern holes, like you can make that yourself pretty easily. There's no point. Okay, oh, okay. That's okay. From both sides. Alright, sketch. Feed the plot. Do this. See, then you rectangular pattern. No, they already selected that. Then this guy. Opposite way. 31. Wait, oh, that's the. Oh, go back, go back. There we go. There you are. There we go. My dumb doo-doo head. Okay. Get this. I haven't really established a naming system. No. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna. Oh. Oh. Okay, now I'm gonna make the 28-inch version. Okay. Actually, oh, okay. I just delete the regular pattern. Then so a neat thing about parametric modeling CAD thingies is that you can change the sketch like this, and then the actual model changes with it. So, come on, let go. Look at that. So to give an example of this, go there. Select the feature like we did before. Now last time, let me select the director first. Okay, last time this number was 31, but if we plug it in now, we find that 31 is too much, right? Now it's only 28 holes because we edited the sketch to be 28 inches. Go, go, there. There we go. You go all the way, right? Yeah. Stop. No, I don't want to pan. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna open back up the 31-inch one because that's where we're gonna make our clearance holes. So, if you, okay, so we're gonna make the holes for the wheels and stuff. Well, inside these holes are gonna be bearing blocks, which actually it's better if I just open the old one. This one? No, this one. There it is. Do it. Okay. You just hide this old big boy. Okay. Let's go. So, shoot. There we go. There. There we go. In the center, you have a hole for your bearing block, which is this. The bearing block holds the bearing, which allows the axle to spin freely without causing any friction. Well, there will be some friction, but like much less than if you were to just go without using the bearing block. The thing is though, notice how this wheel slides. We're using chain to transfer some of the power over to these wheels so that they drive too, but we have to make sure they're tightened because chain like stretches out over time, right? So while this hole is just stationary, you just put the bearing block in there and you're done. You have to create a little clearance hole for these movable bearing blocks. Now, the specific type of bearing block that I used in the middle over here was uh, come on, you can do it, Vivaldi. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Uh, where is it? Well, let me preview. So one kind of bearing block you could use are these. You could just stick them into these clearance holes, and then move them around and be done with it. But those are kind of tough to work with. So what we use instead are these VersaBlock things, where you literally just put them on the side, put some bolts up here, and then you can slide them around really easily. The gearbox itself actually uses these, which doesn't have the other side to it, because the gearbox has that part itself, I believe. I'll look into that later, but essentially, this part stays still, this part moves around, so you need a larger hole here to let it slide around. We make the slide around because you have to be able to tighten the chain. So, yeah. So let's make the center hole. What? Oh, I'm gonna start the sketch. Stupid. Okay. There it is. There it is. Make this guy construction and offset 1/8 probably. 1/8 is probably good. Yeah. So this guy over because that's gonna be in the way. Wow. That's the part. Okay. I'm gonna make the bearing block on this line. Just wait a second, it'll make more sense afterwards. So yeah. Dimensions are 1.5. This should be construction. I'm gonna make one around it though. Because I think that was, yeah, that was 1.875, right? That is construction. And then are those 1032? Yeah. Yeah. I think yeah they were 316s, weren't they? Oh, here it is. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Uh, uh, nope. Pressed F1 on accident. Actually, 0.19. These guys are not construction lines. Okay. So this is the bearing block hole. It's just that. Bolts go here, and this hole is for where the actual bearing holder, I don't know the proper term, goes. But you'll notice that I placed the center of the circle on the lower line here. The reason why I made the lower line is because in a when you have 6 wheels in a drive chain, if you're gonna turn on all 6 wheels, that's gonna cause a lot of friction because the center wheels will like turn as they would in a normal car, but the front and back wheels are gonna like slide over to the left or to the right depending on where you turn. That's not quite optimal, so to keep the benefit of 6 wheels but to avoid that friction problem, we drop the center wheel a little bit down, usually by like a tiny fraction of an inch. In this case I just used 1/8, but I think you can go lower if you need to. And um, that essentially causes the robot to tip ever so slightly whenever it's going forwards or backwards, and it'll only use the front 4 wheels or back 4 wheels. So you still technically get the power of 6 wheels, just you aren't turning on all 6 all the time. So, yeah. These guys let you calculate how many links you need. I think for 25 chain it's going to be even no matter what, so I'm just double checking. Rocket. Use 1/2 F4. Yeah, screw it, 16. What do we have? 15 inches. The gusset's probably gonna go off to here, so it's probably more like 13. That didn't help. You're useless. I just draw it real quick. Okay, so just make that like 1.3. This hole is already a bit big to begin with. Let's just make it 1/3/8. For what am I doing? Okay. Let's say 10. Oh no. Oh, why are these constrained? That's weird. There we go. That's okay. Okay, 10. Yeah. Then just do the same thing here. I'm still new to CAD, so I've probably committed like 7 mortal sins within the world of CAD just from building this. Yeah. Oh, wait. No, I'm not done. I have to make the cams. Okay. A brief explanation of what this thing is. If you look back here and turn it around town. Okay, that was a bad joke. The way we actually slide these back and forth are with these little cam shafts. So you like just turn them like this. That pushes it over, and the chains tighten. So just have to make a little hole for those. Max diameter. Oh. One 1.5. Yeah, you see how new I am to this? Say 1.25. Oh, 0.125. Wow. No, I screwed up. Oh no, I was right. 1.25. Oh. Oh, that represents the diameter. I'm stupid. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. This represents the whole cam. I'm just like creating this little thing so that I can place the actual hole for the bolt right here. Base tangent. Repeat the same thing on here. Can I have 2-point circle? Oh, yeah. Example in construction. Why am I dimensioning it? I don't need to dimension it. There we go. Then we actually make the bolt hole, which 1032, right? Yeah, 1032. 09. Split 09. right there. There we go. Okay, now we can extrude everything. It's probably way more messier than it needs to be, but I apologize. I am still new to this. Yeah, yeah. Come on, stop moving around. I let go of the thing. Okay, let's save this as the side part. Okay, now we can actually assemble the dang thing. We'll go back to this. Might take thing lag. Because that, I'll go over how to assemble that in a later video because this is getting kind of long already. New assembly. There we go, baby. It's spicy meatball. Why is it such a step file? I haven't imported. Right. Yeah, see side part. Right. Okay. Yeah, see side part. Okay. Okay. Place this guy. This guy goes in the back. There we go. Now we gotta get some gussets. So as I said before, VersaFrame makes a lot of pre-made stuff, so that building your robot is a lot easier, but they're pretty expensive. Gussets, we can probably afford to just buy gussets at least. So, wait. There it is. Okay, download this boy. Go look at my files, you snoop. Yeah, paste in here. New folder for. Nothing is in here. I don't know. Okay, now we need step files. So step files are like a standardized form of step files are a standardized form of I botched that up twice, I'm sorry. Step files are like a standardized form of CAD files. They don't transfer the specific data required for extrusions and stuff, because that's specific to every program, but at least if you need to work with at least if you need to port a file over to a different CAD program, you can use the step file, which at least gives you like the basic shape of the thing. It'll make more sense when I put it down. So there. Wait, no. I'll just move them over later. Actually, go. Okay. So if you look here, if we open up the file, can't really edit anything here. There's no sketch data. It's just the part itself. So that's what a step file is, I think. Okay. Now we can keep pasting stuff down. That was my dad. First off, I'm gonna change. No. Tops of these boys. Like that. No, I don't want it like that. Yeah. That is really wonky. I'm not gonna put a belly pan in this video because A, this video is already getting to be long enough, and B, my attempts to make a belly pan have failed terribly. Wait. What? Why? Oh no. We do not want that. That's three. Okay, there. There should be a few cool there. Still new to Inventor's weird camera. Okay. Just gonna first off lamb. Whoa, Black Betty, bam a lamb. Whoa, Black Betty, bam a lamb. I can't see. Did I actually hit that? Oh my god. Wait, okay, good. This is why I dimensioned it out to 3.5 earlier. I think it's 3.5, I'm not sure. But, yeah, it's 3.5. So, this is 3 inches, this is half an inch. This part is now going to go, right there. So, you have 3.5 inches to put the wheel over here, which I think might even be a bit overkill if we're just gonna use thinner Coulsons. I don't know, I'll decide in the next video. Like, great project, I checked my mic 30 minutes into making the video. What? I can't. Why is this? Can I not just go like... Yeah. Okay. I have to eat lunch in like 10 minutes, so I'm really hurrying. Okay. Okay. Why is that slightly rotated? That's not good. Oh, it's not slightly rotated, but... There we go. So, nothing should be able to move. That's good. Okay. Now for the bottom parts, I would put a belly pan, which would, I think, would be much more rigid and strong and stuff, but, Considering that I've only been learning CAD for like a week, that's out of the scope of my knowledge. I tried, I got pretty close, but the extrude tool was being really, really annoying. So, okay, there we go. Man, I'm hungry. Put up Snapchat. Right now. Yeah, there. Good. Where is it? Might have attached them the wrong way, but I don't really care. It still works. Oh, no wonder. To go like this. Go like this. How do other people attach their gussets? Oh, they have T gussets. Yeah, you know, in hindsight, probably better for me to use those. I'll just replace it in the next video. Yeah, probably should have used T gussets. Oh well. No. I'll do it next time. Get this guy, 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 get this guy. This guy, this guy, get 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 this guy. Bleh. Okay. Nothing should be able to move now. There, that's good. So yeah, bada bing bada boom, you have your chassis. Let's say that. Chassis assembly. Spicy. Yeah, sure. So yeah, after about, I think it was 30 minutes of work, we now have just the basic chassis made from VersaFrame parts. Now, after this, in the next video, we're gonna we're probably gonna download one of these and figure out like how to put the Coulsons on and figure out how we're gonna line up the sprockets and stuff. So, see. Goodbye.